Congratulations, and thank you for placing your confidence in a superior WaterBoss clean water treatment appliance. WaterBoss appliances represent state-of-the-art in-home water treatment and are recognized worldwide for built-in quality, dependability, and ease of service. Important information is contained in this video, which will help you get the maximum benefit and enjoyment from your particular model. Don't hesitate to pause the video at any time and refer to your WaterBoss appliance as you learn about the installation procedures. Also, you will see a number in the lower right portion of the screen. This refers to the page number in your owner's manual where you can find the same or additional information. The WaterBoss is easy to install and very consumer friendly. The WaterBoss and Big Boss for larger families are each 3 products in one that treat sediment, iron, and soften water. The CityBoss is designed to treat chlorine, lead, hardness, bad taste, and odor in municipally supplied water. Our full line of filters provide additional support treatment when severe water problems arise. In addition to treating iron, iron filters automatically treat hydrogen sulfide and iron bacteria as well. Acid neutralizing filters automatically neutralize acid water, thus preventing corrosion in pipes and fixtures. Carbon filters use activated carbon media to automatically treat chlorine, offensive tastes and odors, and many organic and man-made pollutants. Your WaterBoss appliance is easy to fill, simple to operate, and requires virtually no maintenance except for the periodic addition of salt or salt substitute. Remember, your WaterBoss will not perform correctly if it runs out of salt or salt substitute. Set up a routine of checking the salt level every 4 to 6 weeks and always have a supply of salt or salt substitute ready to add to your unit. This video will cover the following information: questions, getting maximum efficiency from your appliance, checklist before installation, do's and don'ts. All water conditioners are not created equal, cycles of operation, installation and startup procedures, setting the controller, care, maintenance, and troubleshooting. Questions. Our toll-free helpline is the perfect supplement to the video and owner's manual that are provided for your convenience. Just dial 1-800-437-8993. When calling the helpline, please have the following information ready: date of installation, model number, serial number, return limited warranty card date, and water test results. The serial number is located right here. Our technical people are proven problem solvers and will find answers to your questions promptly, professionally, and courteously. How to get the maximum efficiency from your appliance. It's okay to use salt substitutes like potassium chloride. If you start with water softener salt, you can switch to a salt substitute at any time or vice versa. Do not mix different types of salt. Fill the salt cabinet when water level is above salt level. If iron is present in your water, use a salt with an iron cleaning additive to help keep the resin clean. You may also use a resin cleaner on a monthly basis in place of salt with cleaning additives. Follow the instructions on the resin cleaner container. If iron is not present in your water, a clean pellet, solar, or cube type salt is recommended. The use of rock salt is not recommended because it contains impurities. Checklist before installation. CityBoss will treat municipally supplied water only without iron and up to 25 grains of hardness per gallon. WaterBoss will treat up to 10 parts per million clear water iron with a total compensated hardness of 70 grains per gallon. Big Boss will treat up to 10 parts per million clear water iron with a total compensated hardness of 90 grains per gallon. Water pressure for WaterBoss, Big Boss, and CityBoss should not be less than 20 psi, and the minimum flow rate should be 5 gallons per minute. Check the hardness and pH of your water with the test strips provided. We will discuss this in more detail later, or see page 14 of your installation and service manual. WaterBoss whole house filters offer solutions for severe water conditions. The WaterBoss WBNF neutralizes acid water. The WaterBoss WBCF is a taste and odor filter, and the WaterBoss WBIF filters oxidized iron. Water pressure when installing filter should not be less than 30 psi and a minimum flow rate should be 5 gallons per minute. Drain your appliance to a proper drain. The transformer supplied is a standard 120 volt AC 60 cycle for USA or 220 volt AC 50 cycle for outside the USA. If your water supply contains sulfur, bacteria, iron bacteria, tannins, algae, oil, acid, or other unusual substances, special equipment must be installed ahead of your appliance. Call your helpline, 1-800-437-8993. Some do's. Do comply with all local plumbing and electrical codes. Do bypass the appliance when servicing your well, plumbing, or pump. Do turn on the nearest cold water tap when work is completed until water runs clear before putting appliance back in service. Do install pressure reducing valve if inlet pressure exceeds 100 psi. Do install gravity drain on salt storage cabinet. Do secure drain line on appliance and at drain outlet. Do allow a minimum of 8 to 10 feet of pipe from the outlet of the water conditioner to the inlet of the water heater. Some don'ts. Do not install if checklist items are not satisfactory. Do not let your system freeze, including drain line. Do not install if incoming or outlet piping water temperatures exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not allow soldering torch heat to be transferred to valve components or plastic parts. Do not use any thread sealant such as Teflon tape or pipe compound when attaching inlet and outlet hoses. Do not over-tighten plastic fittings. Hand tighten, then check for leaks. Do not place appliance right up against a wall which would deny access to plumbing. Use your hand and thumb in this manner to ensure that you have enough clearance behind the unit. Do not plumb the appliance backwards. Follow arrows on inlet-outlet. Do not plug the transformer into an outlet that is controlled by an on-off switch. All water conditioners are not created equal. This is a conventional water conditioner exhaust pattern. As you can see, the exhausted resin forms a funnel pattern. It eventually increases to the point where you get hardness breakthrough. Note, a portion of the resin is never used, just wasted. This is WaterBoss's patented directional flow system with a packed resin bed. Notice the difference between our patent directional screen system and conventional softeners. The resin is exhausted evenly throughout the tank. Our system assures you more usable resin capacity and eliminates hardness breakthrough. And this unused portion of the softener media allows WaterBoss to backwash with clean, soft water. Regeneration cycles, how your appliance cleans itself. When WaterBoss is in the service cycle, only the status indicator light blinks. The Water Miser light here blinks only when water is in use and can indicate water leaks. The Power Clean light comes on only when the Power Clean feature has been activated for severe iron conditions. The Power Clean, immediate recharge and set buttons will be discussed later. The readout shows the gallons remaining until the next regeneration. It now indicates 00 gallons remaining. When the readout blinks 00, a regeneration will occur within 24 hours. As WaterBoss goes through the 5 regeneration cycles, the readout will indicate which cycle the unit is in. The first regeneration cycle is upflow backwash. A rapid upflow of clean, soft water flushes out the resin bed and cleans the Power Clean sediment filter. Cycle 2 and 3 introduces brine to the system. Brine is drawn out of the brine cabinet and up through the media tank, cleaning the resin bed and releasing accumulated hardness and iron. Then there is a slow rinse, which flushes out the brine, hardness, and iron. Cycle 4 is a second upflow backwash. This upflow backwash flushes out any remaining brine solution and sediment from the previous cycle. Cycle 5 is the downflow soft water brine refill. Soft water is directed to the brine cabinet to prepare the brine for the next regeneration sequence. Cycle 6 is the unit returning to service. Regeneration is complete and the appliance is returned to normal operation. Installation and startup procedures. The installation procedures for filters are the same as water conditioners. All WaterBoss water conditioners and filters include 2 connection hoses and 8 feet of drain line. Place your WaterBoss appliance in the desired location. Caution: if installing a WaterBoss WBIF iron filter with a WaterBoss softener, it is very important to install the iron filter ahead of the softener. Turn off the water supply. Make sure inlet, outlet, and drain connections meet the applicable local codes. To simplify installation and servicing, a 3-valve bypass system or a 1-piece bypass is recommended when installing your appliance. 1-piece bypass valves are available through stores, or you can call our helpline. Copper or plastic fittings may be used to connect the hose to the bypass valve. Place your valve in the bypass position. Check the arrows on the in-out adapter. Be sure water flows in the proper direction. Do not plumb appliance in backward. The drain line must be a minimum of 1/2 inch inside diameter tubing and should make the shortest run to a suitable drain. The drain line may be elevated up to 8 feet from the discharge on the appliance as long as the water pressure in your system is 40 psi or more. If the drain line is 25 feet or longer, increase the drain line to 5/8 inch inside diameter, and the end of the drain line must be lower than the control valve. Before placing your WaterBoss appliance in service, do not plug in transformer and do not put bypass valve in service position. It's very important to flush the cold water lines of any debris. Turn on water supply, open the nearest cold water tap, and let the water run for 2 to 3 minutes or until the water flows clear. Then put the bypass valve in the service position. Close faucet and check for leaks. If leaks are found, turn off the main water supply and open the nearest cold water faucet to depressurize lines. Close the faucet to eliminate siphoning action and repair leaks. Turn on the water supply and check for leaks. If there are no leaks, connect the overflow line. The overflow line must end at a drain that is at least 3 inches lower than the bottom of the overflow fitting. It is a gravity line and cannot be run overhead. Complete the installation. Open a cold water tap and allow the appliance to flush for 20 minutes or until approximately 72 gallons has passed through the appliance per NSF requirements. Plug in the power cord to controller. Be sure controller is securely snapped into place. Slide the controller sideways to release it, being careful not to stress the connecting wires. Note how the tabs on the back of the controller line up with these fins on the drive end cap assembly. Set the controller in place and push until you hear a definite click. Now plug the transformer into a suitable outlet. Press and hold the immediate recharge button for about 5 seconds until the readout shows a flashing 01. Release the button. You will hear air being discharged. After about a minute, the readout will blink 02. At this point, press and hold the immediate recharge button for about 5 seconds until the readout shows a flashing 03. Release the button. Wait 10 seconds, then press and hold the immediate recharge button for about 5 seconds until the readout shows a flashing 04. In the next 3 minutes, the readout will automatically change to a flashing 05, then show gallons remaining until the next regeneration. Startup cycling is now complete. From now on, all regeneration cycles will be initiated automatically. Now we are ready to add water and salt or salt substitute to the unit. However, iron filters use potassium permanganate instead of salt or salt substitute to regenerate. Add a bottle of potassium permanganate to the brine cabinet and stir. Every 4 to 6 weeks, stir. If the color becomes lighter than a dark walnut, add another bottle of potassium permanganate and stir. A 3-pound bottle will last approximately 3 months. For WaterBoss softeners, add not more than 2 gallons of water to the brine cabinet and at least 80 pounds of salt or salt substitute. Refill salt when salt level drops to 1/3 the area of the brine cabinet. Always keep salt above water level. Caution: failure to install, operate, and maintain your water treatment appliance as instructed will void the product limited warranty. Make sure the owner's limited warranty card is filled in and mailed within 30 days of installation. No postage required. Mailing the card is required to activate your warranty. Also, it will assist your support technician if you call the helpline, since your equipment information will be on our computers. Next, we need to determine your controller setting number. For municipal water, call your local water company to determine your water hardness in grains per gallon. This will be your setting number. Or follow the instructions on the hardness test strip provided with your water boss to determine your hardness reading. This will be your setting number. For well water, follow the instructions on the pH and hardness test strips provided with your water boss to determine pH and hardness of your water. Remember to adjust for iron if necessary. pH is okay if test results show 7 to 9. If pH is in this range and you know your water has iron, add 15 to your hardness reading in grains per gallon and enter the result as your setting number. However, if you feel you have an abnormal amount of iron, do not add 15 to your hardness number. Just push the Power Clean button. The appliance will regenerate every other day at 5 pounds of salt when the Power Clean is enabled. Example: hardness in grains per gallon from the test strip is 20 plus 15 for iron equals 35. This is your setting number. Or if the Power Clean button is used, your setting number is 20. If the result of your hardness test strip reaches the test maximum of 25 grains per gallon, mix 1 cup of tap water with 1 cup of distilled water. Then retest for hardness. Multiply your readings times 2 and use this number as your setting number. If the test strip results is still 25 grains per gallon, mix 1 cup of tap water with 2 cups of distilled water, then retest for hardness. Multiply your reading times 3 and use this number as your setting number. If the test strip results is still 25 grains per gallon, call your helpline at 1-800-437-8993 or contact the WaterScreen National Testing Laboratories Incorporated at 1-800-458-3330. If iron is in your water, be sure to use salt with an iron cleaning additive. Be aware that City Boss is not designed to treat water with iron. It is for municipally supplied water only. Setting the controller. All Water Boss filter cycles are preset at the factory. All you need to do is simply set the time of day. With Water Boss softeners, you won't have to worry about vacation settings or extra guests because the controller measures water use and regenerates based on need. The appliance will regenerate using only the necessary amount of water and salt or salt substitute. If power has been turned off, your appliance will retain program settings indefinitely. Enter your setting number. The water hardness setting number shown in the digital readout will increase 1 grain each time you push the Set button. After 70 grains or 90 grains for the Big Boss, the readout will return to 1. Caution: maximum settings for City Boss is 25. See the City Boss settings chart. After 10 seconds, the readout will change to show gallons remaining. To recheck the hardness setting number, press and release the Set button. The gallons remaining are in hundreds. During regeneration, the readout will change from gallons remaining to flashing regeneration cycle numbers. To quickly advance through the regeneration cycles, wait for the cycle to begin. Then press and hold the immediate recharge button until the next readout number flashes. Each cycle can advance in this manner. If pH is below 7, refer to acid neutralizing filters in your manual on page 36 or call the helpline at 1-800-437-8993. This is the status indicator light. It is normal for the light to blink in the readout. This indicates the controller is operating properly. Do not confuse this light with the water miser light. The water miser light will blink whenever water is being used. The immediate recharge button is used when starting your water conditioner. to start an immediate recharge, or to restore capacity if you have run out of salt or salt substitute. If your appliance has run out of salt, you may not have soft water available. Remove the salt lid and add salt or salt substitute. Wait 2 hours, then press the immediate recharge button and hold until the readout flashes 01. Use the Power Clean feature if you feel you have an abnormal amount of iron in your water. To turn on, press this button and a yellow light will appear. Press again to turn the Power Clean feature off. Here is how to use delayed regeneration when you want to regenerate at a specific time. Note that the time on the controller is set in military time, 2 digits only. For example, 2 a.m. reads 02, which is 0200 military time. 2 p.m. reads 14, which is 1400 military time. Set the current time of day in military time to nearest hour. Press Set button. Press Immediate Recharge button. The status indicator light is on, but not blinking. Press Set button until current time of day appears in the display. Wait until display returns to gallons remaining, approximately 10 seconds. In case of an extended power outage, reset the electronics to the correct time of day. Then proceed to set the desired time of regeneration. For example, if desired time of regeneration is 2 a.m., set on 02, which represents 0200 military time. If more than 10 seconds lapse between any of the following steps, the display will return to the start point, which is gallons remaining. Set desired time of regeneration in military time to the nearest hour. Press Set button. Press and release the immediate recharge button 2 times. The status indicator light is out. Press the Set button until desired time of regeneration appears in the display. The display will return to gallons remaining and it is ready for service. For example, if the desired regeneration time is 2 a.m., set on 2, which represents 0200 military time. If you desire to return the appliance to demand regeneration when the controller is in delayed regeneration, simply set the time of regeneration to 88. Press the Set button once. Press the immediate recharge button twice. Then press the Set button until the display reads 88. If the display starts flashing, you have inadvertently held down the immediate recharge button for more than 5 seconds and placed the appliance into immediate regeneration. Let the appliance finish the regeneration sequence. Note that City Boss operates on-demand regeneration only. Care, maintenance, and troubleshooting. Please remember that one of the best ways to troubleshoot problems is to prevent your water boss from running out of salt or salt substitute. However, if you do experience problems, your manual is the best resource to correct the situation. Refer to the troubleshooting section of your manual. It outlines various problems, causes, and solutions. For instance, if your water miser light does not blink when water is flowing, one cause could be that your bypass valve is in the bypass position. The solution? Place the bypass valve in the service position. Or your unit could be plumbed in backwards. The solution? Check that the unit is plumbed in properly. Another problem might be that you are not getting soft water after a regeneration. One cause is that there is no salt or salt substitute in the brine cabinet. The solution? Add salt or salt substitute and refer to immediate recharge in your manual. Or a salt bridge can form, an empty space between the water and salt. The solution? Use a blunt object like a broom handle. Push the handle into the salt to dislodge the salt bridge. Checking the troubleshooting section of your manual is your first step to finding solutions to any problems you might have. You may need to gain access to the inside of various assemblies in order to service your appliance. The following will describe disassembly and assembly procedures in relation to some service situations that may occur. Remember to unplug your appliance before servicing. Call the helpline for further instruction and information about replacement parts. All replacement parts are available in convenient modules for quick, easy repairs. The electronics module. There are times when you may need to replace the controller. If so, press the Set button to display your hardness setting number and write it down so you will know how to set your replacement controller. Next, unplug the transformer. Then remove the motor, turbine sensor, and power wires from the controller. Slide the controller off. Plug in the wires according to the indications on the back of the replacement controller. Slide the controller back into place and plug in the transformer. Now, re-enter your hardness setting number into the replacement controller. If it becomes necessary to change a turbine sensor wire, note that the turbine sensor cap snaps on here. However, you may have a unit with a turbine sensor cap that is held on with a screw. In this case, you will need to remove the screw in order to remove the turbine sensor cap. The drain end cap module. Your drain line may become clogged. To correct the problem, place the end of the drain line into a bucket and press the immediate recharge button. In cycle 1, you should get 2 to 2.5 gallons in 1 minute. To be certain, measure the water. If there are less than 2 gallons, the drain could be clogged. Bypass the softener and depressurize the unit by using a small screwdriver as a lever against the magnet disc hub to press the brine valve piston. You will hear the appliance depressurize. Make sure that the transformer is unplugged. Then take the drain line off of the barbed elbow of the drain end cap. Now remove the 4 screws at the drain end cap. Clean the drain end cap until it is clear. Make sure the drain end cap O-ring is in place. Then reassemble using the reverse procedure. The injector module. If your injector assembly is clogged, turn off the water supply and depressurize the unit as described previously. Now remove the 4 screws that attach the injector cap. Then clean the nozzle and throat with a toothpick. Clean any debris off of the thin gasket and the injector cap. Also clean any debris out of the injector screen. When reinstalling the injector assembly, be sure to position the thick injector seal to match the diagram on the injector nozzle. Reattach the injector assembly and injector cap. Be sure to tighten all the screws equally in a diagonal pattern. The brine valve housing module. If your appliance is not drawing brine, then your brine valve housing module may be clogged. Turn off water and depressurize appliance. Remove the 2 screws from the brine valve cap. Remove the cap and, with a toothpick, clean the brine refill flow control. Next, remove the 2 screws from brine valve body and remove the housing. Then remove the brine piston assembly. Clean this seat and lubricate piston stem, here, with a light film of silicone. Also, make sure there is no debris in the housing. Now, reassemble using the reverse procedure. Note, be sure the concave side of the brine refill flow control faces toward the housing cap. The Air Check Draw Tube module. If you find you have no soft water, then there may be a problem with your Air Check assembly. To access the Air Check Draw Tube, lift up on the refill elbow, loosen the refill nut on the underside of the refill elbow, and separate the draw tube from refill elbow and nut. Now pull the Air Check Draw Tube assembly up through the support panel. To inspect the air check for proper function, insert it into a clear glass of water and verify that the float ball rises. To make sure that the float ball is not stuck, shake the assembly or blow into the draw tube to dislodge the ball from the seat. If the ball does not float, replace the air check module. The drive end cap module. If you have no soft water, you might have debris lodged in the drive piston and/or the valve body. First, place the bypass valve in the bypass position and depressurize the appliance. Remove the drive motor wires. Slide the controller off and lay it aside. Then remove the 4 screws from the drain end cap and remove the drain end cap. Remove the 2 screws from the drive end cap assembly. Next, remove the 2 screws from the brine valve housing cap and remove the housing cap. Push and pull the drive end cap assembly and be sure to keep the piston centered with the piston seat areas in the valve body. Inspect the piston thoroughly for damage and debris. The piston screws off and on for easy replacement. Do not over-tighten when reinstalling. The motor detaches here, revealing the gears, which are designed to wear before a blockage can damage the entire drive end cap assembly. After removing the brine valve housing assembly here, the magnet disc can be taken off by unscrewing this nut. Also, inspect valve body for debris. Clean or replace as needed. Before reassembling the drive end cap module, inspect the inlet-outlet module to make sure there is no debris in this area as well. The inlet-outlet adapter module. Unplug sensor wire from the controller and slide the inlet-outlet adapter off of the valve body. Remove the flow director, then tip the inlet-outlet adapter and tap it until the turbine assembly drops out. Inspect for debris and clean as necessary. To reinstall turbine assembly, slip it upward into inlet-outlet adapter like this. Replace flow director into the valve body. Check to make sure turbine spins by blowing into inlet-outlet adapter or by spinning the turbine with your finger. If the O-rings have come off with removal of the inlet-outlet adapter, replace them on the valve body. Then reinstall the inlet-outlet adapter, drive end cap modules, and drain end cap module. Remember to refer to the troubleshooting section of your manual for a complete listing of solutions. Of course, calling our helpline is also useful. Call from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1-800-437-8993.
Yes, sir. Glad I could help. Enjoy your water.